Wolfie, you're on the air in Philadelphia.
Hey, how's it going, Howard?
Hey.
Hey, last week, real briefly, you mentioned that Gary's breath had a little bit of stink to it, and for a while you hadn't mentioned that at all, and I wondered if he...
Well, I don't really get that close to Gary, but we have a meeting on Tuesdays now. We switched it from Thursday to Tuesday, and I sit next to on the couch to Gary, and like 2 meetings ago, he was talking, and I smelled stink, like bad stink, like shit. And I was like
shit.
Yeah. And I was
Howard.
I said, but I wasn't sure if it was Will or Jason, because everyone's kind of sits near me. But then I noticed, I just kept quiet, and then I realized every time Gary talked, I got a whiff. And Gary ain't that close to me on the couch. So I started turning my head to see if I could escape it, and I kind of did. Mm-hmm. And then I forgot about it. And then last meeting, it was the same distinct smell.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa. And I kept turning my head. Gary, you got to do the mouthwash thing before the meeting. I'm sorry. I don't mean to embarrass you.
I don't know that I'm guilty.
I swear it's you.
This is circumstantial evidence of bad.
I know, but it was only you talking.
People who are known to have bad breath that are sitting in your vicinity.
I got to be honest with you, Gary. I'm not saying it to hurt you.
Who else is known to have bad breath?
I'm not going to embarrass anybody.
Well, Will wasn't talking and Jason wasn't talking. They're the two closest guys. It was only you every time.
But it doesn't mean you have to talk for you to be able to smell somebody's breath.
All right.
It's very. Listen, if I come in right now and
No, I don't want that. I'll throw up.
I think that you're just pointing an accusatory finger without a lot of proof. It's
Okay.
a lot of people.
This was the foulest odor I'd have ever smelled. In fact, it was even fouler.
Foul odor. It may not have been me.
It was fouler even than Gary's usual foul breath.
Wow.
You know I don't have usual foul.
Do you still smoke?
Of course not.
You don't?
No.
Oh. Seriously? Or
No, seriously.
Oh, maybe you need to.
I haven't seen him have a cigarette in a long time.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
You need to. You're advising him to
I
smoke.
know that it was Gary, but I understand he's embarrassed.
You don't know that. That's the whole point.
Yeah, it was you.
You have a feeling.
It was you,
Is there
Gary.
any chance it was JD? Because I heard
No,
about
JD sits far away from me.
What about Richard not brushing his teeth?
See, Richard's like all the way on the other side of the room. He's not even near me.
Maybe-
Richard has to have bad breath going
If it
on.
wasn't Gary, it either had to be Will, who wasn't even that close to me because he had a cold and I made him leave the room.
Uh-huh.
And then Jason was sort of close to me, but it was every time Gary spoke. So why would I blame Jason?
But
Now-
see, that's
now what-
already every time I spoke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was you. I got 99% proof.
So it wasn't stale mouth, it was shit mouth?
Yeah. It was the worst thing I ever smelled in my life. Up there he is brushing his teeth. I'm just saying, hey, everybody gets a little...
Oh, no, he's brushing his teeth with crap, is what
Is that what Sal is doing?
Yeah, he's taking it out of the toilet and brushing.
So Sal's putting... What is Sal doing? All right, thank you.
You would think with the size of his teeth, the plaque in between to be like the size of chickens. It's got to be a lot of stink.
Right. He has very big white teeth. And he's right. Probably plaque. The plaque is the size of a chicken. And it probably is a problem.
Can't you get him, I don't know, some mouthwash or gum, something before the meeting?
Well, you know what it is? Honestly, his mouth gets very dry from his fake teeth. And then he licks. And I think the licking behavior causes the breath.
The licking behavior?
Yeah.
How do you get his work done when he's licking like that? It's so distracting on TV. I wouldn't be able to concentrate on anything else.
Yes, I know. It's no one can concentrate, douchebag. You fucking asshole. Go back to whatever it is you fucking do.
Don't get mad at me. I'm trying to help you.
You're nobody. You're a nobody. You're a fucking nobody.
I didn't claim to be anybody, but I don't lick
He's
my
Wolf.
teeth, and I don't have bad breath.
Oh, this is Wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a regular caller, nobody.
Oh, come on, Gary. I'm trying to help you out.
Yes, you know what? You're a big help. Now go fuck yourself and die.
Oh.
Gary, I don't even know that it was your breath. I'm just assuming it
No,
was.
fuck you too. You're another one. I don't know it was your breath. Let me tell the whole world you have stinky breath, and then I'll reel it. I'm like, I'm not positive, Gary.
I'm not.
100%
I can't
sure.
give you 100% clarity on this, but I know I had to turn. When I turned my head away from you, it smelled better.
You basically told everyone it is, even though you're just going to say I'm
It is you. It's got to be.
See?
Gary, do you use a tongue scraper? That's
Wolf, go fuck yourself. And DePace, why don't you cut this Sal in the toilet again, brushing his teeth?
I think Sal's done with that.
What hostile about this, Howard?
You know what? If I had breath.
Excuse me for being hostile. Why would you be, Wolf? Let me come. Why don't you come in here and why don't we point out any and all of your flaws?
I mean, that would be fine. I know that I have flaws, but
What are your flaws, Wolf?
if someone's giving me constructive criticism, I at least listen. You just fly off the handle.
You know what's weird? Gary has an entire dental drawer in the office bathroom with a water pick and everything.
He does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He has a dental drawer.
It's like having a toolkit and he doesn't use it. I don't understand.
No, I think he uses it. I think he puts a lot of time in. That's what's disturbing.
No, I don't have. All I have in there is mouthwash and toothbrush. I had a water pick, but I don't have it in there anymore.
You brought in a water pick to work?
I did. I was finding it hard to find time at home, so I thought I'd do it before I left.
You can't water pick at home?
I forget.
And Mary gives him a lot of chores.
She just. You're such a dick.
Do you have enough time to
So many chores he can't water pick.
Mary, please, give me 5 minutes to water pick before I bathe the boys.
Gary, maybe
I hope he's not still bathing those boys. They're pretty big.
I don't get a minute to water pick.
if he broke his mouth out into sections and just did a section at a time.
Oh, you think he needs a grid?
Those are called quadrants, not grids. You're saying break the teeth into quadrants.
Yeah, like bottom left, bottom right.
So do bottom left, let's say early in the morning, bottom right here. I see.
But then bottom left will get dirty in the meantime again.
Right.
That's a big bottom left.
His water pick was like the size of a fire hose.
No.
Come on, Robin, don't laugh at that.
Stop it.
There's got to be a
Oh,
mouth.
here comes the fire department, Wolf. Time for water pick. Spray him
Gotta
down.
have 5 men hold
You ever
the
see
water.
the videos of black people in the South getting sprayed by a hose
Right.
by white devils?
Those are funny.
Yeah.
But do you know that every time they take out the hose, you got to have like 5 firemen holding the
White
hose.
devil.
How many? How many people have to hold?
Oh, that's
Gary's
right. There's
water
always
pick?
8 firemen. You see Jason and Will behind with the hose of the water.
We're having a meeting today. I'm thinking of wearing a gas mask. Imagine I walk in.
I was thinking maybe while we do the meeting, I could just sit in here and do it over this little microphone.
Oh, okay.
And we'll see if the stench is still there.
Yeah, let me test that today.
Gary's being nice and not saying who else is known for bad breath.
You fucking know who. Don't
You know what? I know one person, and
Well, then you gotta- he's
it
got-
is embarrassing to say.
He's got to be saying Jason because Jason was the only other guy near me.
Oh, no, it's not. It's definitely not Jason.
It was Jason and Will.
Listen, I don't know any way Richard couldn't have bad breath. If he
But he's
doesn't,
so
he's got
fu-
the best genes.
Artie,
Like, you know.
in defense of Richard, he's so far away from me, I wouldn't even be able to smell him. I wouldn't let him near me.
Maybe you are smelling him from there.
Well, maybe. But it was every time Gary was like, Wolf, and then, what do you think of Cindy Lauper's again? And then I go, whoa.
Maybe Cindy Lauper stinks so bad as a guest.
Maybe he was trying to send me a subtle message. Oh!
Gary, why don't you just say who it is?
Wolf, why don't you go fuck yourself?
Come on, I'm trying to help you. Just explain. It's got to be
You know
one.
what?
Gary, who do you think has bad breath?
I'm not going to say it. It's humiliating to the person. I will take your shit, but I'm not going to give it to someone else.
Wow. Who's it, John Hine? Oh!
No, it's not John.
It would be great if it was.
I have friends who have really bad breath, and I always wonder why their wives don't say something because their wives, maybe they're immune to the smell.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's a chemistry thing. And the wives, because
wives like it.
Mary doesn't ever complain about Gary's breath.
No.
That can't be true.
And you know what? Not only does Mary not complain about my breath, no one I've ever dated has ever complained about my breath.
Really? Because when you get to know a girl well enough, there's been times when a girl has told me, like in the morning or something, you know,
Yeah,
you gotta,
listen, once or twice, maybe, you know, somebody will say something, but it's not a habitual thing. What the fuck is that?
that is not flattering.
Who
They
did
just did a
that?
close-up on Gary.
Who did that?
Gary's upset. All right,
Where'd
maybe,
that camera come from?
Gary, I don't even know that it was you, but just a little mouthwash
You know
before
what?
the meeting.
Just fucking don't even.
I don't want to
Don't even.
embarrass you.
Just finish your conversation. Don't reel it in.
All right.
You've already laid it out there, so it's fine.
Does he get worse throughout the day, Howard? Or
Yes.
is it like first thing in the morning?
I think that's what happens. Richard, smell Gary's breath right now and tell me if it's bad. Honestly, be honest about it, though.
Who
Yeah,
are you
Richard's
asking?
Richard's
Richard.
the one that's going to be.
Well, Richard's right there. Go ahead.
I'll
Smell.
be honest, I swear.
All right, go ahead.
They'll
Blow on
smell
him.
each other's breath.
Are you serious?
Richard used to sleep with chickens.
Richard, seriously?
I'm just kidding. It was bad, but not that bad.
How bad is it? Seriously. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like pure.
It's musty. It's like an old closet, kind of.
Howard, why don't you just do an impromptu lineup? Bring in everybody from that back office. Have a person that we consider honest, maybe like.
All I know is in the meeting there was something wafting in the air, and I don't know. I blamed it on Gary, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, sometimes that happens where, like you just attribute a smell to somebody. It may not have
For all you
been
know, it
him.
could have been somebody sitting behind us.
Could have been, but there's a wall behind us.
Oh, and a wall stops that. Could be the wall. It's not a fucking wall that isn't open.
Well, I mean, the closest person is about 10 feet.
No, it's not at all.
Look where the couch is and look where Fred sits. It's about 10 feet.
Howard, do you want me to fucking embarrass you right now and come and tell you that that's not even 4 feet?
I'll bet you it's 10 feet.
I'll bet you you're wrong.
What? What's
Measure
10
it.
feet?
From where I sit on the couch back to Fred's chair.
About 4 feet.
More.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely more. It's 4 feet from where my head is all the way to the back. It's probably minimal 8 feet.
What are you talking about? All the way to the wall?
I'll
Where
show you.
Fred is sitting.
Look, I sit over there. Fred, hold that to tape measure.
Here we go.
This is where Howard sits.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. And put it where my head is, not the back of the couch. Because
Well, your head would be like right there.
How many feet, Gar?
What's 88 inches?
10 feet.
Well,
No, it is.
72 is
7
6
feet.
Yeah, 7 feet.
7 feet.
6.5.
And by the way, you see where you're holding it? That's not where I sit. That's not where my head
Where you
is.
sit, Howard.
I sit right at the edge there.
Right here.
Because I'm craning my neck to get away from you.
That's even closer.
No. Sorry, Gary, 7 feet. I was a little more right on than you.
And I usually sit a little further back here. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like more like 8 feet.
It's probably 8 to 9 feet.
It's 88 inches is 7 feet 4
and
inches.
anybody over there, how close are they
No,
over
I'm
there?
talking about what about
No,
what
that's,
about
I turn my head in that direction to get away from the smell, so it's no one over on that side. It's somewhere from where you're sitting.
whatever.
Howard, this is like the Kennedy assassination. Is there a grassy knoll in there?
You'll never know because you'll never see it, douchebag.
There was additional bad breath coming from a grassy knoll.
I don't know that it was you. Honestly, I'm not trying to appease
You know what?
you.
Just shut up already. Because you know what? It's you're being a jerk.
Somebody had bad breath, and it was either you or Jason.
Wow.
Why does it have to be me or Jason? Why it could have come from anywhere? We're in a
You
room
think
of
bad
50.
breath
We're in a
can
room of 50
travel that far?
Yes, we're in a room of 50 fucking people.
All right. Fair enough.
Maybe all the bad breaths commingled, and
mean-
that's why.
But why would it only come when you're talking?
I don't know. That's what you have in your fucking nutty brain. That doesn't mean
No,
it's not
you're
a fact.
talking, and I smell bad breath.
Well, then I must have bad breath.
That's what
That
I'm
must be-
saying. That
it's
was the
gotta be
conclusion
it.
I drew.
His mouth is such an empty cavity. He could probably push stink across the room, even if it's someone else's breath.
Although Benji sits pretty close to me. Could be Benji. Could be.
And there's people that sit behind you over there. But that's where you turn to get the good air.
Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I've eliminated that side of the room.
It could be Benji, because we established Benji doesn't stink, but his clothes sometimes might.
Yeah.
Well, it could be his clothes I'm smelling.
How do you know someone doesn't have dog shit on their foot?
2 weeks in a row?
I don't know.
Unlikely.
There's
It
no
was the
way.
same
Okay, so Howard,
smell 2
how
weeks
many-
in a row.
Are you dieting?
No. I mean, yeah, but nothing.
Yeah, because his breath gets real bad when
It's
he
it's
dies.
nothing. I've just stopped eating a lot of crap. It's nothing of I'm not eating weird stuff.
Yeah, but
let me
you-
ask
your
how
stomach juices.
How long have we been sitting on this couch together
Your
doing this
stomach
meeting?
juices.
2 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
So now for 2 weeks you've decided that
Yes.
I now have shit breath.
No, for 2 weeks running now.
Have you
it's been-
have you
it's
had an
been a
issue
stink.
before that?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, I'm telling you that it's only been for 2 weeks. So it could
Have
be
you
a
done
temporary
something
thing.
different in the last 2 weeks?
No.
All right.
I don't know, man. I'm just telling you, the last 2 weeks I've had a bad experience.
Me too.
The meeting.
I'm having a bad experience.
All right.
Gary, have you ever officially been diagnosed with halitosis?
No, because I don't have it, douchebag.
It was only for 2 weeks.
I'm just asking.
But why would you ask that question? Based on what?
Are you trying to say it's Dan the Song Parody Man? Because he just came back into the meeting, as I know.
Well, he's new to the meeting.
He's pretty far away. Although last week he did creep up a little close.
I told you. You know the story about that, right, Howard? We put a line on the floor because what happens is we notice that as the meeting goes on, Dan creeps up about 7 or 8 feet.
Yeah, I noticed you can't avoid
He starts
Dan.
out far away, and then next thing you know, he's touching your knees.
Yeah, and he just came back into the meeting, and for some reason, I'm completely obsessed on him.
So are we.
He's like right there.
Right. No, we are. So what happened was he would get in the back because he tried to get in here early and get a seat that was closer to you.
Yeah.
But we have sort of set seats, so everyone said, "Hey, you got to get out of that seat." So we pushed him back, and we noticed that as the meeting went on, he would move his chair up.
Right.
So we started putting tape on the floor to see how far he'd go.
And how far did he go?
He goes like 7 or 8 feet some meetings.
8 feet?
Yeah, like he'll start to move up and inch up and inch up.
Wow.
It's an inside joke at the meetings.
Did he?
Do you think he's aware of it?
Did you measure
Now
him
he
last
is.
week?
No, we didn't measure last week. I mean, is he aware that he's aware that he's inching up, but
Yeah.
he's definitely not aware that we're watching.
Okay.
He's got to lose that ponytail. Motherfucker
I know.
has a
He's
ponytail.
not letting it go.
No, he's got to look that
looks horrible.
It's weird. I always thought maybe he could clean himself up, but if you remember when we had the beauty contest where a bunch of guys got in drag, he shaved his goatee and he really looks odd.
Maybe he's got a right look for him.
It's the same reason Sal, I guess, has a goatee because he's got like no chin at all. I think that's why he has it. And
I'm a little afraid of Dan, this young party man, because every time he gives me a gift, it's a
It's a
big,
knife.
it's like a giant killing knife.
Yeah.
he's a biker.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a
Is he
biker.
But like
a
a
real
biker,
biker?
like he owns a motorcycle, or is he like part of a gang?
He's not in a gang, but he has a bike, and I
He
guess
looks like he can fight, maybe.
he goes to those biker rallies and shit. He's at those things. I
Really?
think, yeah, I think
And he's
so.
got some knives. What's he doing with those? Like, I have those. I actually use them.
For
What
what?
do you use it for?
Opening packages. I mean, I have them in my desk, and you know what? The son of a bitch was right. I use them all the time.
Really?
Yeah, all the time. It's like for whatever the letter opener you gave me doesn't work on. Because that's really for letters. You don't want
Right.
to bend something that
Right.
nice. So everything else, I take
Big
this
packages
big
and-
stiletto. It's one of those knives where you hit a button and it comes shooting out. like before I
Yeah,
open
you're
it.
like a jet.
Before I open it, I'm like, everybody stand back.
Howard's gonna have his way tonight.
Anyway, Gary, I don't know if it's your breath. Gary, I love you. I do love Gary.
Gary, get that cleaned up. You're in a professional work environment.
Yeah. Just, a little mouthwash, that's all. Use that water pick.
Little common courtesy. That's all it takes.
Quadrants. Thank you.
This is a professional work environment. We just measured to see how far breath goes.
Yeah, it's real professional.
Yeah, we got the Environmental Protection Agency in here.
So Howard still thinks your breath stinks, and after all these years, it still really gets to you. I figure after like 20 some odd years, you're immune to it.
It's wrong to be accused of something when it's wrong.
So you're standing by that it's definitely not your breath, and
It's definitely not my
it's definitely someone else,
Yes.
and you know who it is.
No. I just know somebody else who has bad breath. I don't know that it's that person.
And you were saying you have your own little drawer here in the bathroom. You do your water picking at work.
No,
Is
I
that
don't do
a
it. The truth of the matter is, I lost the key to the drawer.
thing? So you can't show us.
I don't think I can. It's funny. I tried to. Let me see if this. I don't think this. Maybe this will do it. Let's see. This might be it.
Okay, let Paula talk. Nico, you go for a second. I know you built up all this research.
always interrupting me. Bring the
To
be explained that Nico and Paula Gloria has been living together for the last 3 months.
That's why he wants to gas people. That's why Nico Hitler wants to gas people.
7
He's
years-
frustrated.
7 years of abuse of Alan Stein is Paula Gloria's former lover. I have the fucking right to speak out.
Nico, you're looking more like Hitler every second.
So you can't say your breath smells today.
Well, of course I can.
What did you do in the bathroom?
Nothing. Why?
Were you in the bathroom? Were you fucking around in the bathroom?
No.
What do you mean, no?
This morning I was with the
Yeah.
syrup, but I cleaned it all up.
No, you didn't. Get in here.
What are you talking about? I cleaned.
What am I
up-
talking about?
I cleaned up every drop.
Yeah, okay. Let's see how you cleaned up every drop. When Robin goes to take a shit, you see how you cleaned up every drop. Should be fucking screaming. Fucking bring the box. You cleaned up every drop.
Oh, I didn't see that. That might be real shit.
Well, I'm not cleaning it. What's with the fucking box?
Where over here?
Box.
She should just be being a
hooker or something like.
She should have to fight
When Robin
for
gets
money
in
from
here,
Charlie
give me a
Sheen.
break.
The past 3 years have been rocky, right? I mean, we got
Yeah.
a bit of divorce, split with a former friend, have a lot. We'll get into all this.
I'm
Why,
sure you will.
why do it, Joe?
Okay.
It's something to give me an opportunity.
Just a tidy
to
bull man,
spend
you wanna
less
hop in there now on a
instead of
fucking
being
boat in a
very
pound?
negative.
No.
Most of it not true, and
To the right size.
She says really why she's doing this.
What's your respect so much more if she said she's not even mother?
My career is
Asshole.
and I've got nothing going on. And
If she said that,
Put a shirt on.
I have a shirt on.
No, you don't. Dirty shirt, too. Fucking filthy. Look at the back. Turn around. It's filthy. Put on a shirt.
Let's box.
Fucking asshole.